Hey, it's your girl. I'm back. Girl is wonderful. Oh yeah. I hope you're marvelous. No, I do. You look marvelous even if you don't feel marvelous, right? You knew I was gonna say that, and I know you did. Okay. Yeah. Let me talk about trauma bonding. I just did a live for 10 minutes. And since nobody came, I said I'm going to go ahead and do a video. I guess I'm not up there yet. But yeah, okay. Trauma bonding, y'all, is something that I'm about to get my other phone so I can read what the dictionary says it is, but I'm gonna try to sum it up. Trauma bonding is when one, I mean not one, but two or more people bond together, right? Over their past, pretty much, or over things that happened to them. Could have just happened. I'm just saying things that happened to them. Excuse me, that they deem bad. So they come together and assume. I was gonna say ain't nothing wrong with it, but it is. It is something wrong with trauma bonding. That's not a healthy bond. It's not. It's when two or more people feel, a traumatic situation happened, but they have another person to talk about it with. And then we end up being fooled and thinking that's a genuine connection. Like, that's my girl. She blah, blah, blah. Boy, we'll get down, blah, blah, blah out here. I'll jump in for blah, 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 whatever. That's my girl. Or even with couples, you know what I'm saying? Even with couples. Like, people think, like, they're trauma bond, right? And they're assuming that that's their real boo, not knowing that it's a trauma bond. You know what I'm saying? A trauma bond. Y'all both bonded with each other out of your traumatic experiences. Now, this is the thing. We speak up for these people. We take up for these people because we think that it's a genuine connection, right? The thing about a trauma bond, though, is y'all on the same level because y'all experience trauma. And, that's the person who you talk with and who blah, 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 who you feel understands what you're talking about and all this extra stuff. But trauma bonding is bad. No, don't trauma bond. I mean, have a genuine bond and maybe talk about traumatic things sometimes, but you should have a genuine bond. Or else, God forbid, which this is what we want. But you and this person is trauma bonded. Well, God forbid, one of y'all break free and elevate. And elevating is going to cause for you to forgive people. Yep. Forgive people and move on. And if you still feel that hurt, which you might, because it's traumatic, it was something traumatic. But if it's hard, which it is going to be hard, y'all, people don't want to take the necessary steps for their life, you know. But it's going to be hard, right? But anything that comes easy ain't really worth having. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Anything that comes easy ain't really worth having. Easy come, easy go. I know y'all heard that. So anyway, what we need to do is, if you still feel hurt even after you forgave, which you might, but if you keep, every time you feel hurt, keep giving it to God, I promise y'all, I promise, like, you can get over anything. Oh, trust me. Trust me. You can get over anything if you give it to God. I promise. Anything if you give it to God. For real. Break the trauma bond, break the cycles, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If that's your girl, you know, your buddy or whatever, and you figuring out that it's a trauma bond, I'm telling you, that don't do nothing but keep y'all both low. No, we can talk about this sometimes, but I don't want this to be always our conversation, or what I think, shoot, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Where's my other phone? Okay, found my other phone. So now, after I look it up for clarity, you know, for okay. So I can give y'all the dictionary. The dictionary is what is the definition of it? Hold on. Trauma bonding is a psychological response to abuse that can cause a victim to form an emotional bond with their abuser. Hold on, that's I heard of that one. Stockholm Syndrome. I think I had Stockholm Syndrome, for real. Bad. Yeah, psychological response to abuse that can cause a victim to form an emotional bond with their abuser. Okay, trauma bond. Trauma bonds are emotional bonds that arise from a cycle pattern of abuse. A trauma bond occurs in an abusive relationship wherein the victim forms an emotional bond with the perpetrator. Okay, I know that is something else. It's kind of the same thing I said, but I didn't say with the perpetrator. I knew that as Stockholm Syndrome. So that's, I guess, the same thing. Let me see. The two main factors that contribute to the establishment of a trauma bond are a power imbalance in intermittent reward and punishment. Trauma bonding can occur within romantic relationships, platonic relationships, parent-child relationships, incestuous relationships, incest, um, cults, hostage situations, sex trafficking, especially that of minors, hazing, or tours of duty among military personnel. Trauma bonds are based on terror, dominance, and unpredictability. As the trauma bond between an abuser and a victim strengthens, it can lead to cyclical patterns of conflicting emotions. Frequently, victims in trauma bonds do not have agency, autonomy, or an individual sense of self. I'm done reading. But yes, so you know what a trauma bond is. My understanding or my take of it was that two people bond over some traumatic experience. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be the same traumatic experience, but they both experienced something traumatic. But I just read the dictionary's meaning, and I feel like they know better than me. Yeah. It's cool to break them trauma bonds. It's cool. It's cool to elevate. It's cool to give it to God when it's too much. It's cool to think about it, and I've been holding on to this too long, you know. This happened when I was a child. I'm grown plus grown, you know. Like, why am I still carrying this around? Why am I still letting this affect me? But so many people do and don't. Sometimes they don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard to let go of a trauma bond. Because you feel like that, nah, we official, referee, blow the whistle, you know what I'm saying? No. And that ain't the case for real. But I just pray that we all get the, what is it? Get the courage, the strength to give it to God and leave it there. When we feel the devil trying to put it back on us, no. See, the devil got to listen to you too. He said flee to, resist the devil and he will flee from you. See, that's the problem that a lot of people have. They don't want to resist him. They want to, they want to take the temptation. They want to fall for the bait. They want to do this. A lot of people. You know, because right now we're living in our ego. We're living in our flesh. So, yes, I want to go. All systems say to go. I'm going in. Just to make ourselves feel better. And then we find out maybe later that it didn't turn out like we thought, or God fixed it while we sat and tried to, I guess, bask in it. Yeah, don't do it, y'all. Reconsider and give it to God. I'm serious. It's very healthy and it helps. I'm going through something right now that, you know, that is this time last year, this very thing took my breath away. Like, for real. Yeah, it had me depressed. And until God set me apart. Like, come on, let me have some time with you, girl. Because you know what I keep telling you. I keep telling you to chill. Don't worry about it. But, yeah. And then he kept giving me visions or dreams or whatever. And then, like, when I was by myself, I would, talk to God. I'd walk to the park. When I was at the shelter, I'd walk to the park just every day. Every day that it wasn't cold. Because somebody took my coat and wouldn't give it back. So, like, when it started getting cold, I didn't have a coat. I started bundling up in the other stuff, whatever. Anyway, I used to walk to the park and just walk down the street and have personal time with God. He was straightening me out, straight up, straightening me out, getting me together, getting me straight mentally. It was like, you have to get over this. You have to. Like, it ain't no two ways about it. Like, get over it. You think I don't know that hurt your feelings? You think I don't know? Because I do. I very much know, and I very much already knew that it was going to. But if it didn't kill me, right? It's supposed to make you stronger. Am I stronger today? Certainly. Certainly. I'm not even the same person I was last year. I'm telling you, I'm not even the same person I was in July. You hear me? Like, I'm on a new level. But nah, yeah, I'm like, yeah. Long story short, just give it to God, like, whatever it is. Whatever it is. And God will work it out for you. Just have to be patient. He works everything out. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all, y'all. Just wanted to talk about the little trauma bonding. And I guess, like, to make people understand that it's not really a real bond. You're bonding over trauma. You don't understand what's happening, but I pray we all elevate. That's it. Like, what can I say? Okay, that's all, y'all. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Pray over yourself, pray over your neighborhood, your family, your friends, the world, your businesses, whatever. Yeah, pray over. Always remember to never forget to do what? Right? Pray for your enemies, your haters, your naysayers. Those is praying for your downfall, for they will surely, y'all. Come here. They will surely, y'all, without a doubt, have to watch God set up that table before you in the presence of them, the ones who want to be your enemy. I didn't make it up. And guess what, y'all? Do y'all know? They ain't gonna be able to sit at our table. They can't sit at our table, y'all. They can't. God not gonna let them. He not. So, and pray for those who cast the net out for your feet, right? For they will surely, y'all, fall into it themselves. And so they will fall into the ditch they dig for you. So, ditch diggers, Watch yourself. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I love to love you, good people. She out. I